Howdy guys. Thanks for coming to another episode of Joe's Painting Adventures. Tonight, I know I promised Gunpla, but the current project I'm working on, the paint wasn't quite dry yet. So, I lied. Here's on Gunpla painting. Maybe I'll paint a Gunpla. Speaking of which, and speaking of live streams.
What's up?
We got the great old Gundam Dax here. How you doing, buddy?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I think I'm doing good.
Is it a good Sunday for you?
I think so.
I hope so.
I'm moving tomorrow.
You're moving?
Yeah, just like a mile away.
Wait, do I have your new address or do I have your old address?
I think you have my old address. I can text you my new address.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because you have some stickers for me.
Yeah, because I gotta pick up some stamps and then I'm gonna send them out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll here. You know what I'll do? I have to look up my address. I don't even know it yet.
You don't know yet?
No.
So it's actually a funny story. When I moved up to New Hampshire, I had basically the same house number as my old house.
Oh really?
Yeah, the funniest thing, we move up here, my mom's like, oh, it's blah blah. And I'm like, blah blah, like our blah blah? And she's like, yeah.
That's hysterical.
The only reason why I remembered my address, because my school had me fill out paperwork and they're like, what's your new address? And I'm just sitting there and I'm blanking and I'm like,
How long have you been in New Hampshire?
It could be 4 years. Close to it soon.
Yeah, that's a good amount of time.
Yeah, I moved up here halfway through high school.
Mm-hmm.
Which it's quite interesting. Culture-wise.
Oh yeah. Well, you were living down in Massachusetts before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll do it. We lived south of Boston for 6 years. We lived down in Norwood. Do you know Norwood?
I don't think I ever tracked down close to Norwood.
Do you know Foxborough?
I know Foxborough.
Right. Okay. So right above Foxborough. It's literally the next town above it.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So where were you guys in Massachusetts?
I was in Lynn.
Say again?
In Lynn, right by
Lynn.
Saugus
Yeah.
and
Lynn.
Swampscott.
Yeah. I know Lynn.
Everybody knows Lynn.
Yeah. I mean, you know. I'm pulling up a map. Oh yeah. Actually, you know what's funny is I knew Swampscott better because I can't remember why. There was someplace I used to go in Swampscott.
The beach.
Oh, maybe.
There's a bunch of restaurants.
Yeah. Yeah, and the company I worked for had a facility in Danvers, and and then in Peabody there was my buddy's family owned a sports bar up there. I can't remember what the name of it is. They also had a bar down in Harvard Square called the Hong Kong.
I think I heard of that one.
Yeah. So in Peabody, I think it's the same name, but it's a sports bar up there. But across the street from it was this liquor store in Peabody called Bunghole Liquors.
I don't know
which to me was like the greatest name for a liquor store ever.
That's actually very amusing. I'm not gonna lie.
So are you painting again tonight?
Always. I was gonna do the kit I working on. That's why I called the Joey Gunpla painting, but turns out that's not entirely dry yet.
Oh yeah, no, you definitely don't want to mess with that.
So now we are normal. figure out where I keep on putting things.
So I have most of my kits put away. So all I could get my hands on right now was this SD tall geese from the Sengoku.
Foggy. Now, if you have a singular one, you get a tall goose.
This is tall geese 3, so it's definitely geese.
Geese. That's good.
I like tall geese. I don't know that this SD is going to look anything like the actual model, but these Sengoku they're cute. But have you ever watched it?
I have not. Fun fact: I've never watched any of the Gundam shows.
So um I think I've been building for in November it'll be 3 years that I've been building Gundam. And for the first 18 months that I built them, I had not seen a single one. I just a guy that worked for me went to Japan on vacation and got me a kit. It was like I think a GM sniper or something, just one of the grunt suits. And I put it together and I enjoyed it so much that I was hooked from there on out. So um, I just kept building them and I was like, I should probably learn something about this. I thought it was like one show or movie. Haha. Um, so I watched, I don't know, maybe a third of them, but I haven't watched as much as I would like. I've watched the first 3 original movies, and I've watched Wing Zero, and then the sequel Endless Waltz, and Eighth MS, and there's another short movie that was made later that was like somebody looking into the backstory of what happened with Eighth MS. And I think I've watched all the Build Divers series, but like other than that, oh, and Iron Blooded Orphans, and like that seems like a lot, and then I'll go back to the list of like all the stuff that is available, and I'm like, I haven't even made a dent.
Like I've watched probably about one episode of like most of the series, but I just can't get into it.
Yeah,
I like the,
I think
I
it
like the
depends on the series.
robots.
They're all so different.
Like I watched an episode of IBO, couldn't get into it.
An
Watched an
episode of
episode
what?
of Unicorn, couldn't get into it
Oh yeah.
because I stumbled upon Gunpla looking for Pacific Rim stuff.
Oh yeah. And I mean, they have Pacific Rim stuff now. They didn't until a couple years ago.
Like I walked into my hobby store and I'm looking around because people are like, oh, we got some figures in, but the figures are mixed in with the kits sometimes. So I'm go looking and I see this robot and I'm like, oh, it's a cool robot. It's a nice figure. I'll bring it home. Then I brought it home and I opened the box and I'm like, what? And
Wait. You bought your first Gundam and didn't know that you bought a Gundam?
yes,
Do you remember which one it was?
one of the IBO ones, the blue and black one. Heck, like the rocket Japanese caps, like not the rocket. Let me look it up.
Oh, I was gonna say I'll look it up for you.
But it's like this blue, like little, like blue and black IBO kit. Look, the flimsiest of kits. I did a terrible job putting it together.
Oh well, yeah, of course. I mean, like that's here. Let's see.
Because I'm gonna be what? I'm 2 years now into this hobby.
Uh huh. Yeah,
And
it's not that long either. Let's see here. You know what I always find interesting is that like I really would just like a place that has like a comprehensive list of like every single um, mech that there is,
yeah.
and I
I'm
don't think.
surprised somebody hasn't created a Wikipedia for that yet.
Well, oh, actually, here,
A mech Wikipedia?
mech Wikipedia. Let's see. There's a Gundam Wikipedia. Yeah, like the way they have for like I don't know, like Legends of Zelda or like Diablo has its own wiki out there. I know because every once in a while I have to look it up. I've been playing Diablo 3 a lot recently.
Oh, that's cool. I've heard some things about Diablo.
Oh my god, have you not played Diablo?
I
Do you
have
play
I have
games?
I only play I play video games. I'm terrible at it, but I play. Um Currently working my way through Viva Pinata.
Oh yeah,
Um
I've never
I
played.
played Resident Evil 5, Silent Hill 1 and 2, Dead
Mhm.
Space, and I was gonna play Aliens Isolation, but I accidentally packed that away.
All right, you said it was Black and Blue.
Yeah.
Was it Callisto?
Yeah, I do believe so.
Okay, that's cool. Oh, that's a cool looking suit. I built. I will tell you. I didn't even know it was Iron Blooded Orphans. I built Vual, Vual, Vual. I had no idea it was from Iron Blooded Orphans. Can I tell you? I watched both seasons of Iron Blooded Orphans, and I paid attention to it, but I definitely don't get it, and
Uh,
I don't feel like I actually. Um, it seemed more about the people than it did about the suits.
yeah, that's my feeling about it.
Yeah, so I'll go back and watch it again at some point. But
I'm really surprised nobody made a Wikipedia for mecha stuff. I'm honestly kind of surprised. It feels like one of those things somebody would take too much time doing.
yeah, sorry, I had to mute myself for a second because I was opening the plastic bags on these.
Doesn't love the sound of crinkles anymore.
Well, yeah, that's why I muted it so you didn't have to listen to that. Did uh
Probably.
did Meg ever get back to you and let you know if she's going to swing by or?
She said she might or she might not. They had a really good time with everyone over last night.
Yeah, I saw the pictures and I was like, "What are you guys doing? Like, you need to not be together."
I mean, I can't say anything. I went to a flea market
Did you have a mask on?
for most of it, yeah.
All right, then you were doing the right thing. I don't know. I've got a bunch of conditions that make me a prime target for being high risk. So
I mean, I get that. I actually read something where I guess now certain blood types are like greater chance of being immune to it.
really,
Yeah,
well, that's interesting.
and like Ember starting to look for people who have natural immunities to it. Cause
Mhm.
I guess somebody noticed like there's a few people where like whole families were infected, but they weren't.
Wow, that is interesting. What are you
Yeah.
painting tonight?
I'm just messing with some yellows right now. Nothing too much. Just a basic little practice piece. I don't work with yellows too often.
Really, yellows are great.
They are, but they're also a hassle sometimes.
Why?
Like just for translucency and stuff.
Wow.
I sometimes like my color to be very strong and vibrant.
Well, that's understandable. So you are done with school?
I'm done for now.
Was it an associate's, a bachelor's?
An associate.
Uh,
Um, trying to get the university I've been applying to get back to me is another fun one.
What university are you applying to?
Southern New Hampshire,
Oh yeah, SNHU.
but they haven't really been responding to people.
Oh really? Like at all?
Like, I know a few of my friends will, like, you go on their website and you fill out the thing, and then they'll get back to you because I, I did that last year. I sent in an interest one, and they called me like 10 minutes later.
I wonder if they're trying to figure out how they're going to be able to do school in the fall. You know, will they
Yeah.
do it all remote or?
I mean, the program I'm going in is all online, anyways.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Where what program are you going to do?
It's in criminal justice with a focus in criminology. Because believe it or not, a lot of colleges up here really don't offer criminology degrees.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I looked around and a lot of southern colleges offer, but not a lot of northern colleges.
I wonder why that is.
I have no idea why. Because we have, New Hampshire has one of the top criminal justice colleges in basically the country,
Uh huh.
and they don't even offer it. Not as a full-time program, and I'm just like, what? It's weird.
It is weird.
Cause like it's still a valid career field. Like a lot of criminologists work with the FBI and crap.
Hmm. Well, but there's a million reasons why you would get a degree in criminology or criminal justice. You know, my sister-in-law got her bachelor's in criminology and her master's in criminal justice, um, and she actually works in essentially social work. Um,
Oh wow.
but you know, she also ended up getting a degree in psychology, right? So like it all kind of ties in to help her deal with her clients.
See, that's funny. Me and my mom were talking about it. You like wrap up your criminology and criminal justice degrees and go back and get your psych degree.
Yeah, I mean, a psych degree is good in general, anyhow. It really helps you understand people, which heck, even if you got a job working in an office somewhere, understanding how to deal with people uh, is probably the most important part.
Yeah, because my psych classic honestly have been the funnest of classic for me to take. Because my psych professor had been hoops and a half.
He
My
what?
sort of psych professor was like, everybody should try LSD just once. I'm telling you.
Uh,
She kind of dropped that when we were talking about psychedelic drugs. But yeah, just try it once.
yeah,
No, I mean,
just
the
the one.
natives did it. The natives did hallucinogens, and they were fine. But she's more of a modern, kind of like spiritual psychologist.
Hmm.
Highly amusing, but
What's funny is I only ever took one psychology course in college. I have my bachelor's degree is in science.
oh,
Uh, yeah, I went to school for plant science, so I studied horticulture, and but I only ever had to take the one psych class. So that's all I ever got was the Psych 101. It was
you
fun.
see, I was originally going in for biology, but then math is hard, so
Yeah. Well, you know what the nice thing is generally speaking, you only have to take up to Calc 1.
really, because like I was looking at it and all the colleges now they want like they want some like straight up math class and I'm like I'm terrible at math. Or
Yeah,
just
I had to take two math courses in college, and I was in a pre med program at the time. Before I decided to change to plant science, I was in there for either dentistry or pharmacy, and so I had to I had to take two math classes, and so one was pre-calc, even though I took pre-calc in high school, and one was calculus. And pre-calc was easy. I mean, it was it was just like advanced algebra, but calculus was impossible. I had the hardest time with it. I think if I took it now, I'd probably do fine. I've actually, ironically, gotten better at math as I've gotten older. Um, but the only reason why it was bearable was my professor was a huge nerd, and so all of his questions were um, sci-fi related. So, so I remember one in particular. He was like, "Imagine Gambit is trapped in a conical cistern, and it's filling with water at a rate of." And so, if you answered his question if you didn't know the answer to his question, but you could answer it with a interesting and accurate response based on the superhero or sci-fi person that he included in the question, he would give you partial credit.
I love that.
Yeah, so you could be like, oh, well, clearly, Gambit would charge up a card and throw it below him to have the water force him up and out. So I passed that class with a very low C.
See, I wish my math and bio classes were like that. My associate bio program, my midterm was like 200 questions.
Oh no, I mean the final was like 4 hours of questions,
Actually,
and I could answer enough in it to get a passing grade. But like I did all my homework and I studied and stuff. It just for whatever reason calculus didn't really work for me.
see, that's me with math in general. My brain just. See, I learned about this thing called math dyslexia
Mm-hmm.
in psych, and I'm like, this sounds a lot like what I go through.
Could be. It could be. I actually, what's funny is I really like just like regular math, not like higher math. So where you're talking about like imaginary numbers and anything like that. But regular math, I'm really good at. It's just like basic math. I'm
Yeah,
just
like,
I'm just fucking dandy at.
like back me, I can do enough math to like balance a checkbook and like find a 90-degree, whatever.
Yeah.
Once you start throwing in imaginary numbers,
Oh no, that's no good.
my brain just nope. I
So
managed to.
I generally hate stickers, but the eyes on the Sankoku are just so cute,
Oh, that's adorable.
right? I mean, I'll take them apart someday and I'll paint those eyes on myself, but for the time being, he's staying like that.
Ooh.
We're at the point where like we get the keys tomorrow, and then the movers come on Tuesday morning. So like tomorrow, we're gonna go over and the owner of the house is gonna like show us how everything works and stuff like that, and then we're gonna just with our car move over like fragile stuff, so that way the movers don't have to get involved.
See, when we moved, we didn't get movers. We all just kind of did it ourselves.
Oh, I've done it. I've moved myself a million times. I can't tell you how many times I've had friends be like, "Listen, stop reading books."
Oh, that was my parents. They're looking at me and they're like, "How did you acquire so many? Because we don't remember paying for."
Yeah, yeah. So that's why the Kindle is so great.
Yeah, you get some nice comics with Kindle Unlimited.
Yeah, I do Comixology Unlimited now. Um, it's Comixology is like a terrible application, but it's like the best collection that you can get. Like it's all in one place. So we there's a series of Iron Man right now called Iron Man 2020 that we're reading, and It's not good, but you can get them all there, so you don't have to go hunting around for shit.
Not good, I suppose. I started reading through Judge Dredd,
Oh yeah.
and I love it. I'm planning on trying to get me one of them helmets.
Oh yeah. There's somebody in the Gunpla community that I think has a Judge Dredd helmet. I can't remember who it is.
Gonna try and make one, cause just pop it on. Look at me. I got a degree in criminal justice. Here's my judge.
And I'm wearing a Judge Dredd helmet.
Look at me. I am your judge now.
So what's interesting is Judge Dredd is, and I don't know if whoever created it was inspired by this, but there's a lot of stories by Philip K. Dick. Are you familiar with Philip K. Dick?
Yeah.
That are very similar to the basis of Judge Dredd, like the future, and the criminal justice system is kind of narrowed down into just one group.
Yeah, cause he also did like Man in the High Castle and
Oh God.
what can be construed as Blade Runner.
So
Do
no,
androids
he wrote Blade Runner. He wrote Blade Runner. It was called "Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep." Philip K. Dick is my favorite science fiction author, and he has written over 100 novels. He's also
I want to have the time for that. I'd love to.
yeah. Well, he was also
Schizophrenia didn't help, but like
he was high on drugs like most of his adult life. So
man, maybe we just need to start doing cocaine.
yeah,
Just bring that back and
get right in there.
Today on, I'm not advocating anyone to use drugs, but I'm just saying.
Well, there's only 2 people watching right now, and one of them's me. So don't worry, you're not having that big of a negative influence.
Oh, hey, we got a comment. Spare time. How you doing, buddy? I'm going for my private pilot's license. And the majority of math and basic formulas, you lucky bastard.
Yeah, that's awesome. I have a bunch of friends that have done that, went and gotten their pilot's license, and it's pricey, but if you spread it out over a while, you can get it done.
Oh, yeah.
I'm envious. Spare time.
I wish I could fly planes.
I mean, you could. You just might not have their permission.
I mean that too, I actually wanted to like go in the Air Force and stuff to do that, but then it turns out I have too much cartilage in my ears to do it.
You have too much cartilage in your ears?
Yeah, scar tissue and stuff from like crap ton of ear infections as a young child.
Oh, that's a bummer.
So I was talking to a recruit and he like, you got any medical issue that you think might be interesting? And I'm like, I got a bunch of scar tissue in my ears. And he's like, oh, yeah, you can't fly planes. And then I googled it when I got home, and I'm like, I can't.
That was the Air Force?
Yeah.
Did you check and see if any of the other branches had lower restrictions?
I asked my uncle and stuff who works for the Navy and most of my other military family, and like, yeah, if you have a bunch of cartilage in you're not gonna be allowed on a plane.
Oh.
Because that's gonna mess up your balance and your equilibrium, and you kind of need that.
That is fair. It is kind of important.
But I finally got around to watching Top Gun finally.
Oh yeah? Wait. Did they make? Isn't the sequel coming out?
Yeah.
Did you?
Huh? Oh, Dak, you froze up. You're back.
I'm still here. I said, did you watch it because the sequel's coming out?
No, I kind of wanted to get a little like info on the volleyball scenes and why they look so damn homoerotic.
that is the classic volleyball scene. That is that's the one. I mean, are they homoerotic?
Made
I
me
think
feel a little.
I think if you want them to be, they are.
Like I've been watching some TV shows and I'm like, man, I don't know if it's just me. Like I don't know if you've ever seen the new Hannibal show.
Some of it, yeah. I watched maybe the first season,
Cause
but
they put them
that
on
was a
Netflix.
couple of years ago, right?
Yeah, they put them on Netflix recently, so I'm re-binging them.
Oh,
And I'm
nice.
like, man, I'm just getting some feels to this. Y'all are trying to make stuff in between Will and Hannibal. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And then I googled it and found out they were actually trying to do that. And I'm like, damn it, I knew it.
I mean, I don't know. I think that well, my opinion probably isn't necessarily the most popular, but I think everybody's gay.
No,
And
no, that
yeah, and I think that you know, for the most part, everybody can recognize sexual tension regardless of, who's involved. And so sexual tension can be used for all kinds of really great plot points, you know.
oh yeah.
Oh,
To
my
quote a good philosophical evangelist of my times, be gay and do crime, people.
oh, that is my favorite sentence. I love that. We
Gosh,
actually we have a piece of art in our house that has that on it.
I love that.
We also have what's let me see if I can find it. Um, our friend Lee Moyer is an artist, beautiful artist, and he does a lot of gay art. Uh, and let me see, Flags of Our Fathers. So if you look up Lee Moyer Flags of Our Fathers, um, we bought a print of that from him, and it's awesome. It's essentially the village people um, raising the pride flag, but on the top of the pride flag, it's got the U.S. Marine Corps, logo, like the Earth with the eagle and stuff. Um, but the papers at the bottom are newspapers with headlines from around the time. I can't remember the raids that they did. They did raids back in the 50s and 60s on like like gay bars or gay hangouts, and so there were headlines when they did those raids, and so he inserted them into the newspapers that had fallen out of a like a vending machine underneath them. It's really cool.
Can you send me a link to that?
What?
Can you send me a link to that?
Oh yeah,
Also, to the audience, it's Pride Month. You're not gonna get me to shut up about this.
yeah. Well, you saw all our stickers, right?
Aw, man, I'm loving them.
Yeah, they're fun. Wait, did you get yours?
I got my stickers in.
Okay.
I got one sitting on my laptop now. It says hashtag bless your heart.
Yeah, nice.
Something I've heard from my family way too much.
All right, I am going to send you a link to Lee's website because he is fabulous. He's really awesome. Um, and then, oh man, you're gonna love. Now that I look at it, you're just gonna absolutely fall in love with Lee. Yeah, and he's such a nice guy. He's such a really interesting dude. Um, and so we tend to see him. He's a science fiction artist primarily,
What?
and and so because of my wife's connections, we run into him a couple times a year.
Oh yeah, I keep on forgetting your wife does.
Yeah, she also writes a lot of very gay science fiction characters. So
I am in love. No
her,
offense, Zach, but I am in love.
yeah, her two novels that are out are primarily gay characters.
Shameless self promotion.
I'm just saying.
No, I'm saying, dude.
Yeah. Um, yeah, the The main characters are a asexual unicorn, a bisexual um, paraplegic woman who is married to a dryad, um, a trans woman, and then a straight white cowboy.
Can I just tell you how much of that sentence I loved? And it was all over.
I'll send you a link to her book.
Time for me to get back on my fan fiction writing battle.
Yeah. Here, let me.
I haven't written fan fiction since middle school, but I'm gonna do it. And for those of you wondering, yes, my fan fiction still does exist on the internet, but you're never gonna find it.
Well, what's
That's
the
cool.
you're familiar with AO3, right?
Yes, I am.
All right. Yeah.
My favorite fanfiction website, because fanfiction.net went down the hill fast.
AO3, founded by Charlie Jane Anders. Or no, that was IO9. Oh wait, I got distracted.
Yeah, I like finding out that more people write sci-fi because I too write sci-fi.
Oh, cool. So here, I just sent you a link to that's the first book of my wife's, and then the second one you could just see it's right next to it. Yeah, I like her. She's pretty good. I'll keep her for a little while. She and I are.
I love the title.
Right? Isn't it great? The title, for anyone who watches this later or for spare time, is Space Unicorn Blues. And so, yeah, it's a story about unicorns in space.
Oh, that's just like a hook and sinker for me.
It's a pretty good title.
See, for me, I have a hard time meeting people who write sci-fi because a lot of people around here just write nature stuff.
Oh, yeah. Well, my whole life is interacting with people who write sci-fi. Like, I try to stay out of her business, but, I generally end up making friends with people in her community just because they're fun. I mean, think about it. It's all the Dungeons and Dragons nerds you've ever known your whole life, and they are brilliant and wonderful people, and also
Yeah.
very very open minded.
Oh yeah.
I've met very few of them who are not open minded.
The sci-fi community tends to lean toward that way anyway, so
Yeah, there are some old school bros, but for the most part, they're really good. All right, which way does this stupid part go?
see, I only know sci-fi people because I'm on a few writing discords.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm in the middle of a lengthy, I got myself a damn space drama going.
Oh, that's cool. So you like space operas?
Yeah, this one, I'm only about like 30K in.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a long hassle, because I don't write as much as I knew.
The only part that matters is that you keep making progress.
It's, funny enough, it's about the protagonist. She's, basically kidnapped by the gene stealer cult.
By a what cult?
Like a gene stealer cult who are like trying to like achieve immortality through like genetic modifications.
Oh yeah.
And they kind of take her and they find out she kind of had a decent, DNA going. So they kidnap her and they take her ovaries and they put her in the cryo freeze. And then she wakes up like
ovaries.
And then she wakes up in like 400 years in the future and suddenly she's way too old for this shit.
Oh
And
yeah.
it's just kind of her like maneuvering this future in space. Because then you find out They also made a crap ton of kids with those ovary eggs. Now she has grandchildren, or great grandchildren.
Well, and you gotta buy all those kids birthday presents. I mean, geez.
Actually, that's a joke in making the book a lot. Does she have to pay back owed child support?
Oh.
But like most of it for the first book at least is her just adjusting to everything.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's like the Captain America issue, like getting settled with what it is to live in a modern world.
Cause suddenly you go from 2018 and you got the fancy iPhones, the next thing you know you're on a ship.
The newfangled iPhones.
And
Gee.
I'm currently at a scene now where she got a ship specifically designed for museums.
Mm-hmm.
And she's walking in this art museum and she's looking at the 2018 exhibit and she's like, this is all wrong. She's like, this is wrong, that's wrong. Nope.
Well, history usually does get it wrong.
But back to fun, and I know NaNoWriMo's coming up.
I know. My let's see. We're talking about science fiction and writing, so I'm going to talk about my wife. So last year for NaNoWriMo, she did a podcast um, every day of NaNoWriMo, and in each day of NaNoWriMo, she gave tips and tricks for how to get through it.
I love it.
So each episode's only like 10 minutes long, so that you can listen to it and get through it. And she put them up as mini episodes on the website. Well, they're also on iTunes, but on the website for the sci-fi podcast that we used to do, which was called Warp Drives.
There need to be more sci-fi podcasts, I'm telling you.
There's a good number of them. Ours was more sci-fi literature. So we talk about like what was coming out and what we liked, and we got a number of our friends who were writers to be guests on there. Did it for about 2 years. It was a lot of fun.
That's cool.
Yeah. But I think we just kind of, not that we grew past it. I think we would still do it. It's just, it takes a lot of time.
Oh yeah, podcast.
Yeah. So, but I do have one. I do have one that I've done before, and that I'm going to start recording again. It's called Rat Hole, and it is a podcast about nothing. It's literally a podcast where our intention is to not talk about the same thing for the whole podcast. And we, my buddy Landon, who is the co-owner of Snarkpile, our sticker company, he and I did that one for about a year and a half. And we took a break because I was moving. So we took a break for about a year because I moved down to California last year from Seattle. And we are probably going to start recording in another week or so. So it is, I guess, funny. It's kind of like a comedy, kind of like just ridiculous, but it's fun.
That's an interesting podcast design.
Yeah, it was born out of this thing that we started doing to people, which was we would get into a conversation with someone, and anyhow, somebody just texted me a really dumb question. But it was based on a thing that we used to do to people where like someone would come over and ask us a really dumb question, and oh wow, John Lynn, that's awesome. I just looked up at your portrait.
Thanks.
Oh, that's really
nice. What I'm doing.
The 2 or 3 that you've done recently of the young women. I don't know if they're meant to be self-portraits or if they're of somebody else, but those were really nice.
Ah, thanks. All my self portraits, not to sound weird, are based off of all my friends.
Okay. Yeah,
Text, all that.
I really liked them. Were the ones that you did recently based off of anybody that I would know?
Um, not to sound weird, not to sound weird. The not the purple one, but the one I did before that, plot the colors. That was I haven't told Tex this because it sounds a little weird when I say it. Tex posted a photo a while back
Uh huh.
that just radiated off like pure queen energy,
Uh huh.
and I dug it.
That's awesome.
And like I feel like I should tell her that I painted a picture off of her, but I don't know how to bring it up about like sounding weird.
Nah, I think she'll be fine with that. I mean, you know what's interesting is you can what I like about looking at uh, art from particularly an artist who is not professional. Um, so it's been kind of interesting to look at the stuff that you do and see some of that as well.
Yeah, it's the constant like evolving of styles. Like I try and find my own little jam.
Yeah, of course.
Cause art kind of runs in my family, so to speak. My grandfather was a professional artist for the Air Force, and he still has a lot of art in the bases. Ramstein Air Force Base in Germany, to be exact, USAFE headquarters. He did a lot of. I know some of it got destroyed when the Lebanese bombed the base in, I want to say the 80s or 90s,
Hmm.
but they're still there. I'd like to go see it, but I'm pretty sure I can't walk up and be like, yeah, my grandfather painted here. Can I go look?
I don't know. I think you'd be surprised. There's probably a lot of spaces that do give you that ability.
I thought of that, but then I look at my grandfather's records and it's all redacted.
Well, they're not going to show you what he did.
No, we don't know exactly what he did because it's all redacted.
Yeah, but I mean, if he's got like art in there, they might let you see it.
Which is weird because we were only told that he only ever really did art,
Hmm. Well, clearly he did other stuff, right?
which makes me wonder. But I guess that's the nature of.
Oh wait, we missed a question. Spare time asked, "What's that? What's in that terrarium in the corner?"
Oh, right here, well, sometimes you can find a grumpy little noodle. Goes by the name of Marshmallow.
Is it a snake?
It is a snake. It is an African spotted python.
Oh, that's awesome.
Um, I do believe he's currently shedding at the moment, so I don't know if he'll make an appearance. Typically, when I do this, he thinks it's going to come out, but I think he's shedding. He's a grumpy little noodle. He
So
does not.
how big is he?
Um, he's about, I want to say 3 years old, so like about that. But he's really thin.
Uh huh.
He's about, I want to say, this thin.
Hmm.
African spotted pythons only get to be about 3 feet long
That's cool.
and about 3 pounds, so he's not going to be a big whopping boy like my other snakes would have been.
Do you take him out much, or do you just leave him in the terrarium?
He did not like being handled, so I just kind of leave him in there.
Mm.
They're really defensive because they're really small, so he just doesn't enjoy.
Yeah, that's understandable. You don't want to stress him out.
No, and it's bad enough trying to go in there to do everything because he's really bitey.
Oh, is he?
Which it doesn't hurt when he bites. It just feels like that the spiky side of Velcro rubbing up against your skin.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when you have it done like 10 times in a row, you're just like, buddy,
Yeah. Like enough.
I love you, but Can you not?
It would probably hurt more if you bit him.
Oh no, if I bit him, he'd probably die. But
Yes, that would be included in the spectrum of hurting more.
now I actually have a funny story. So I had another snake, but it passed away a while ago.
Uh-huh.
Snakey Poo was a red-tailed boa,
Red-tailed boa.
and they get to be pretty beefy.
Mm-hmm.
And at the point he was at his age, he would be about 4 feet, growing on probably about a good pound and a half, maybe two.
Mm-hmm.
And Marshmallow, thanks to my cat coming in and messing with the heat lamp, had the lid had melted
Oh
and
no.
warped, and he had gotten out.
Oh.
And now this snake was out in the room for a month before I found him.
Wait,
How he evaded capture for a month is beyond me.
but you knew that he was out
Yes, it
before,
was on. It was on Snake a walk down this room. All the vents covered, everything covered.
and you couldn't find him for a month?
Yeah,
Wow.
because at that point he was only half the size he was now. Because when I
Oh,
got him,
marshmallow. Yeah.
he
Yeah,
was really in a way. So,
so pretty small.
Snakey Poo was in a 50-gallon tank, so about probably twice the size length and height wise.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at the top of they're tiny. The grates up here are really tiny,
Mm-hmm.
but the ones on Snakey Poo tank would be probably about this big. So
Oh, okay.
too small for Snakey Poo to get out of,
Yeah.
but perfect size for Marshmallow to get in. So I go over and I see Snakey Poo hissing in the corner. Now this is a big snake,
Yeah.
like scared, balled up in the corner, big baby.
Oh, and it was scared of marshmallow?
Yeah, who was just chilling on the water bowl rim.
He just wanted a drink.
And that's how I found him.
Do you think he wasn't in that other cage the whole time, was he?
No, I don't think so.
Right?
He
Because
might have been. I mean,
your other snake would have been freaking out.
yeah, and I'm surprised Snakey Poo didn't do anything. But like,
Was that the other snake's actual name, Snakey Poo?
yes,
All right, that checks out.
I had. Well, I've had 3 snakes, including Marshmallow. Snakey Poo, who was a red-tailed boa. Daisy, who was a green tree python, and then Marshmallow.
Mm-hmm.
Daisy was a whole other character. Epitome and basically death in a mini snake body.
Death
Because
in a mini snake body.
green tree pythons are not friendly snakes.
What did Daisy do that was unwelcoming?
Green tree pythons are very food oriented, so everything that comes in their tank is food. Your hand, food. Feeding tongs, food. You look at it wrong, food. Which wouldn't be so bad, but unlike Marshmallow, who Daisy was the same size at the time, their fangs are a lot longer.
Oh, I see. So it hurt.
Oh, yeah, it hurt. And so, plus they're very fragile, so when green tree pythons are younger, you have to be really careful, because, like, if they fall, they can break their spine and die, which happened to Daisy.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Because their
that's how
skeleton,
Daisy passed away?
yeah, their skeletons are just really fragile.
What did Daisy fall off of?
She fell off a little perch.
Oh,
Now,
so inside her cage?
yeah,
Oh, that's sad.
because typically in nature they give birth to a live bat. So, like, in case things like this happen, they're extra.
Yeah.
But they're not friendly snakes. They're really not meant for handling. They're a look. Don't touch at all ever if you value your hand. Because their fang can get about probably an inch to 2 inches long.
They're what? They're fangs?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm not a. I like all animals, but I'm not a fan of snakes.
These snakes are pretty harmless. I
I
mean, I always chuckle at the myths people kind of put up about snakes.
like. I know that they're not evil or bad or anything. Um, I don't have a negative perception of them. I just, for whatever reason, they've always freaked me out. So, meanwhile, I love sharks. I love spiders.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't get freaked out by anything. Actually, wrong. I do not like rats.
oh, really?
I cannot stand rodents.
Oh, I don't mind rodents.
I had an incident with rats as a child that has left me scarred with rodents.
Oh no, were you bitten?
I would chase up the stairs by very very large, very intimidating rats as a child,
Hmm.
and it was just I have never seen rats act that aggressive,
Mhm.
and it just kind of stuck with me. And I'm like, you cannot be trusted now. It was the master splinter bullshit.
Master Splinter. That's a comic I went back and started to reread recently. Was
Did
the
you know they were made in New Hampshire?
Yes, I do. I do.
Fun fact I didn't know about until like 3 weeks ago.
What, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Were made in New Hampshire. I didn't know that
Oh,
until about three
oh, you
weeks
didn't know
ago.
that part of it. I was gonna get upset.
I was watching Toys That Made Us, and I'm like, hey, you
That
know
was
where
a
I'm
really
going.
good episode of that one, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah. Although a little bit sad.
always.
Yeah, a little bit sad because the two creators kind of fell out.
That's always sad.
Yeah. But also when you put money into art, you know, that's the risk you run. It's funny. I can hear my 11-year-old in the room next to me. It sounds like he's streaming as well. He's got a YouTube channel where he does like Minecraft and Roblox and other game walkthroughs.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he's funny. He's got I want to say he's got 65 followers.
Oh, wow.
It's cute. It's cute. He's a good kid. Oh,
It's always good when kids have hobbies like that. I mean, thankfully, I was never given full access to the internet as a teen or middle school, because I found my YouTube account from middle school, and it just, oof,
is it bad?
it's Homestuck.
Oh my god, I love Homestuck.
Nothing but Homestuck and Vocaloid and anime.
My my older son is almost 22. He introduced me to Homestuck, and he one year for Halloween went as Carcat Vargas.
Oh, Cricket.
Yeah, and so I did all his white makeup and you know did his hair. Had to dye his hair black, and we my wife made him his little horns.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. All right, which way do these go?
You know, I'm just having nostalgia of things I would like Halloween, because I went as, like, when I was in middle school and high school, creepypasta was popular, so my ass went as Jeff the Killer one year.
Oh, nice. Actually, John Lynn, you're 21, right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, so you're about the same age as my son. Although he lives in Seattle. He came down here with us for the first couple of months, and then he was like, "This sucks. I want to go back with my friends." So, which I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Although he moved back in November, and then in February he went in lockdown, so he hasn't seen anybody in months.
Ooh,
Ha ha.
he back to me and my friend were just waiting, like, New Hampshire is opening up fully tomorrow, but Mass still hasn't.
Oh yeah.
So it's just, just a waiting game. Me and my best friends down in Mass, I'm up here and we're just waiting. 'Cause we gotta do hood rat shit together, because if you
Yeah.
have best friends, you're not doing hood rat shit together, are you even best Because we all know how much trouble I make in the streets.
Yeah.
Master criminal
Yeah.
here.
You're a street thug.
I got a gang going.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting as things start to open up again. I hope people stay safe, though.
Everybody here got basically acting like it's back to normal.
I know, which is really it's a little bit frustrating.
I mean, they're wearing masks and stuff, but basically, it's everything back to normal. Just add on masks and a lot more hand sanitizer.
Yeah, my office is starting to uh, say that they want us to start thinking about coming back. So I think I have to go get uh, a COVID test at my doctor's to see because back in March I think I had it, and so I want to see if I have the antibodies so that I know if I had it, then maybe it's not so bad to go back. If I didn't have it, kind of a little nervous to go back because I've got diabetes and a thyroid disease, and I don't really want to. I don't really want to die.
I mean, that's understandable. My mom had thyroid cancer, so I've been vastly over going in the store.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You got to watch, and then the diabetes, it's in and of itself is puts me at risk. So, all right, I got the top half of this guy done.
Ooh. You see, I think so.
He's cute. Nothing
A
special.
bunch of people I know had COVID-like symptoms in the fall.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of them did, and a lot of them went to the doctor and stuff. And my mom went in the doctor a few times because she had this weird upper respiratory thing,
Mm-hmm.
and so did my dad. So I think they already got it.
Oh, really?
But it's weird because I didn't get it. I didn't get it. I didn't get the cold. Because right after my mom got it, my dad got it, but I didn't.
Maybe you are one of those that are immune.
I'm selling my blood, $500 a gallon. You
That's
want my
awesome.
DNA? We're gonna
You,
capitalize.
you heard it here. $500 an ounce.
You
That's
want this
price
DNA? We're gonna capitalize it.
right. All right. So now we got to do his waist and legs. The SD kits, I never really understand. I don't know if you can see this. The way they do the instructions, everything is like an offshoot from the middle.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the direction setup.
No, like I like it when it's like a logical flow. Like, oh, you go from A to B. Um, I mean, they're easy. You build them in a few minutes. Like I'm taking my time because I'm obviously chatting it up with you, but excuse me. But this won't, it doesn't take very long at all, but still. B12.
Gotta be 12. I have bingo.
Bingo. Yeah, I saw it looked like did they have people over at their house, Meg and Freddie?
Just like 3 people.
No, I know. It looked like Tex and 3 Star and I don't know who else. Probably Angel.
Steph and Angel, I do believe.
Angel's always there. I love that guy. He's such a nice guy.
I know.
In fact, 3 Star's amazing too.
I love Steph. Steph's a bay and a half.
Yeah, he's been working on getting his musical instrument collection back on track, and I've been helping him.
Ooh.
So I've been buying stuff for him from Guitar Center because I get my employee discount. and shipping it out to him.
Wow.
So he just picked up a Squire guitar and a little amp and what else? And a microphone. So hopefully he likes them.
Hopefully. Some cool stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. The funny part is I love that I work at Guitar Center, but I don't play anything. Maybe I will someday, but right now, just
See,
not.
it's funny. I work at a farm, but I'm the only one who doesn't have a farm family. Everybody else works on different farms while working on this farm.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I'm not from a farm family, but I worked on so many farms in high school and in college. Because, well, in college, obviously, because that was my jam. I actually worked on a turfgrass farm for a long while, and my job was to measure mostly the color of the turfgrass.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. What are you? Where do you go? Do you go here? Yes, you go there. I don't know that that's right. That feels wrong. Uh,
It's funny. I went to other farm stands last weekend, and it's just me sitting there like, we don't do that like that.
the farm that you used to work on, what did they grow?
Um, mainly produce. We did a little bit of hay, a little bit of like uh asparagus, zucchini,
Uh-huh.
Brussels sprouts, rhubarb, and it's just a bunch of other generalized produce.
Yeah.
Berries.
Rhubarb grows like a weed.
Oh, it does.
Oh my god. Like once you get it, you can't get rid of it.
Yeah, we basically have a whole plot of rhubarb that just kind of grows and grows. But
The,
hmm,
we used to live in Vermont on an island, and there was a dentist who lived on the island, and he would beg us to come over and take rhubarb because it would just grow and grow and grow. And he was like, "I'm dying here."
yeah, we'd have to move pounds of rhubarb a day,
Yeah,
and
it's hard to
of
keep
course,
up.
people want specific amounts, so you gotta get the scale. If they want more, you gotta get that. If they don't need that much, you gotta go.
Yeah, like, hey, what if I give you a great deal? You take all my rhubarb and you shut up. How's that?
I wish it worked like that.
Mm. All right.
It's always funny when especially when we did bushels of corn, people would come in and they'd be like, "We got one less corn than what we wanted." I'm
Here,
like,
just oh,
you got 50 4 ears of corn. You're telling me 53 is not enough? What are you doing with that much corn? You are not a restaurant.
maybe they were the corn queens and kings. You don't know.
Incorrect.
Don't
No,
judge them.
that would be me.
Yes, I know. That's why I said it.
There can only be one Highlander, but in a cornfield.
Like when you cut yourself, do you bleed corn syrup?
Yes.
Mm, I like it.
So, fun fact, Jay also worked on a farm as a child. My aunt had a farm. There's a huge cornfield, and I'd spend my day running through it, and then remember at the end of the day that corn causing micro cuts on your skin.
Oh God, yeah.
And
So
then you take a
much.
shower,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
then it's agony.
oh, and it hurts.
Yeah, spare time, rhubarb leaves are toxic. That's why you gotta be careful.
Yeah. Cook them. Cook them.
Don't plant things that you don't know how to prepare.
Um, yeah, I worked on a research farm in Wisconsin when we first moved up there, and I I had to weed the corn, which was really the most annoying thing ever because most other cornfields you don't have to weed, like you don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
But because it was a research plot, they needed it nice and neat.
Oof.
It was annoying. So yes, I would get covered. So is the choice was either wear long sleeves and melt in the heat, or or don't wear long sleeves and get sliced to ribbons.
See, what I found out with what the field workers do, like they get the Under Armour long sleeve shirts.
Yeah. Well, so that's all fine and good, but Under Armour didn't exist back then. This would have been 1997, which was a mite bit before Under Armour. Just a wee bit.
Yeah.
Because I'm old.
Got
That's
my
the reason. The reason is I'm old. I'm
out there, buddy.
What?
You were cutting out there for a second.
Oh, I was singing the I'm old song.
Man, I've been feeling old.
Oh, please.
I was in Walmart the other day, and one kid holds up a Beyblade, and he's like, "Mom, look at these new toys."
Oh, that's not. No, that's not new.
And I'm
Right.
just sitting there, and if that meme with the old guy clutching his chest.
Yeah. Nope, not a new toy.
Nope.
Let me
Thanks for
screw with
making me feel like I'm 50.
That's all right. He'll learn someday.
I'm actually surprised folk are coming back into the swing of things.
The what?
Beyblade coming back into the swing of things.
Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised.
No, not really. It's an easy thing to sell. I mean, you think about it. Back in the 60s, they would sell tops. That's all a Beyblade is. It's just a top. Do you know what a top is?
Yeah.
Okay. And so it's just more of the same.
I just remember how much it hurts when you get whacked in them.
Oh, God. Yeah.
It's like hitting your ankle on a scooter.
Yes.
Some pain.
In my day, we didn't have Beyblades. I did have GoBots, though.
Oh,
GoBots?
that's an older brand I haven't heard in a while.
Yeah, they got destroyed by Transformers. But GoBots came out first. GoBots were out like the year before. But they were really boring. And then Transformers came and were like super interesting. There's a really great episode of The Toys That Made Us about Transformers.
I know, man. I love Transformers.
Yeah.
Have you read the comic yet?
Yeah. I last year I read like 5 or 6 of the trade paperbacks from IDW.
Man, some of my favorite comics.
I have a hard time with all the ones of them in Cybertron, you know?
I'm not going to say spoiler because it's a known fact that Megatron gets your redemption arc.
Gets what?
Gets your redemption arc.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, and I love it. And everybody, when it came out, for like, you can't give Megatron a redemption arc, and they do. And they do it so well.
Why can't you? You can. Everybody gets a chance to redeem themselves. All right.
And that's the great thing about the IDW comics. That they're very progressive.
Yeah, IDW has always been a good comic line. It is time for the semi-daily checking of the blood sugars.
Ooh.
Make a hole in your finger, Make it bleed.
Blood for the elder gods. Blood for the corn gods.
Yes, I do taste blood twice a day. I mean, I'm not gonna waste a tissue on that little drop of blood. So I
I
gotta.
know my mom did the same thing. She's
Oh,
insulin resistant, so she has to test hers from time to time.
oh yeah. Well, I have an insulin pump, so as long as the sensor is working, I don't have to do it as often.
Mm.
But but I do have to at a minimum 2 or 3 times a day.
Ah.
All right, A7, E5. Just cut out all the remaining pieces. All that's left is this one leg.
See, I'm in relatively good health. My doctor is moderately somewhat questioned why I have low, not low blood pressure.
Well, you lost
She
a lot
quite,
of weight, didn't you?
yeah, but she quite, cause it's funny, cause almost everybody in my family has high blood pressure,
Uh-huh.
and she like, yours is really healthy. Why are you the only one?
Be like, oh, I was adopted.
You know, if it weren't for the fact that I had photos of the hospital, there'd be times.
Yeah, there's photos of the moon landing. That doesn't make it real.
Real splat.
um, yeah, my wife's blood pressure is really low. And ironically, her father's was really, really high. So,
Yeah, both of my parents are on like high blood pressure medication, and then there's me with like really low. And my doctor's like, "Why is it so? What are you doing?"
oh wait, spare time is still commenting. Did
Oh
you know
yeah,
rubber leaves are really toxic?
rhubarb.
Oh,
There's
rhubarb.
a BH.
I
So
thought it was rubber for a second.
I mean, if you eat it, rubber is toxic.
Yes. Yes. Um,
I mean, I come with my own oodles of health issues,
don't we
but
all?
like, I was born with like severe ear infection, like going to the pediatrician like once a week because of them.
Oh yeah. I had ear infections. I want to say I had 27 ear infections before I was 4.
See, my doctor's like, you probably had around 50 or 60.
Yeah.
Enough show work like starting now to affect my hearing. Like sometimes I'll talk and I don't think I'm getting loud, but then I get really loud and everybody's just kind of looking at me and I'm like, I'm deaf. What can I say?
Hey man, I have a disability. Don't judge me.
I was meant to see an ear doctor, audiologist, for a more proper term, and then all this shit happened.
Yeah. Well, we'll all get back to it. I have something wrong with my shoulder, and my wife is like, the doctor's office is open. I'm like, yeah, but like, I'm not gonna sit there with other sick people. And she's like, it's an orthopedic surgeon. People aren't going in there with coughs.
You never know.
I was like, stop it with your logic, devil woman.
Which,
Witch. Witch.
but like, yeah, one thing I can thank McDonald for is making me realize that I have hearing. Like when we had to wear the drive-through headphones set, I'm like, I can't hear out of this, and one of the and they're like, did you turn it up all the way? And I'm like, yeah, I turned it up all the way. And so I switched the other ear, and I could hear somewhat better out of that ear, and I'm like, oh,
How long ago did you work at McDonald's?
a few months ago.
Before the pandemic?
Yeah. Ironically, I quit about a week before it started actually getting really real.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why'd you quit?
McDonald's is terrible.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, that's just generally known. But
Management was terrible.
were they not nice or?
They were nice, they were just neglectful of a lot of things.
Oh.
Like, when I was started, because it was like a 3-month period, there were like 4 employees quitting. Upper management had to come down a lot. And it was just a horse and pony show. Like, I'd be at first window because originally I signed up to do 8 to freeze.
Mm-hmm.
And then after 2 weeks, they put me on 7 to freeze. And then 7 to fours. And I'm like, you're getting to be a 10-hour shift because they wanted me to do a 7 to 5.
Right.
Like 10 or 11-hour shift. And I'm like, no. Because, like, I'll do open to close, you got the farm, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing, McDonald's, you get a 30-minute lunch break, and you have to, and to ask for a bathroom break is ridiculous.
Oh, really?
Cause they'd have me at first window the whole time, taking orders.
Yeah.
And there wasn't enough people to cover me while I ran to the bathroom real quick most of the time. So on, like, a 9-hour shift, I'd go to the bathroom, like, once.
Oh, no.
I'm like, no, I can't handle people that well to need to go and then need to get snapped at because little Billy did not get the sauce he wanted for his nuggies the first time around.
But little Billy, I finished.
Like, you see parents, like, there's 1 week where I had to work a few shifts for them just because people ran out. And it was spring break, so I was here. And it's the same parent coming through every single day with their kid. And I'm like, is that all you feed your kid?
Some people do. You know, they're doing their best.
Like, I want to say that, but at the same time, it's just like the kid would get like a 20-piece nugget meal.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot.
Large fries and a large soda. And the mom would get another meal. And I'm just like, you came here from Monday to Thursday. I mean, I'm not gonna judge, but I'm just...
It sounds like that's exactly what you're going to do. Sounds like you were literally going to judge.
Like, my dad did the same thing because he couldn't cook.
Yeah.
But at the same time... Like, I want to say I'd be fine with it, but she was really caring, so just... One time, he got 2 rank packets instead of 3, and she threw a shit fit. And it's just like, you could have just came around and asked for another rank packet. It would have been less of a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted a refund for a missing rank packet.
I finished my SD. He is very plain and ordinary.
Aw.
So, and like I predicted, he does not really look like tall geese.
He's a small geese.
He is a more of a duck.
Get up.
Maybe a pheasant. Quail?
A game hen?
Short quail. Oh, that's right. Maybe when I paint him, I'll give him to somebody.
It's always fun.
I brought up 2 SDs with me. Let me see. I don't think I'm going to start another one, but it's Dynamis.
Yeah, because we're almost at the hour and a half mark, and
all right. Well, I am starting to get tired anyhow because I got up at 5:30 this morning.
lucky mood.
Well, I get up early and my wife and I go for a walk every day. So
Oh,
yeah, it's nice.
see, this is my cheat weekend. Once a month I have a cheat weekend, and I ate too much sugar today, and the sugar crash is coming.
Oh yeah.
I had like a bag of cotton candy, and I can just feel it raining down emotional.
Yeah. Well, so I've been doing keto since I'd say end of February. And
I do keto.
Oh, do you? Yeah.
I do dairy-free keto.
I sometimes do dairy-free keto, but I love cheese so much. It's kind of hard to kind of
I'm
hard.
allergic to cheese, so unfortunately, this is gonna choice I wanted to make.
Yeah, yeah. But keto is awesome. The first couple of weeks were hard, but now I find that I actually have to try to eat carbs.
Yeah, I mean, I just like the fact that I can eat basically a pound of zucchini, and people are like, that's okay.
Yeah, yeah. In fact, my dinner tonight was a an English cucumber, the really long ones,
Oh yeah,
um, with um, what was it? It was like an artichoke dip that we got from Costco.
the other day, I have a recipe for keto buffalo chicken meatballs.
Ooh,
Mm.
that sounds awesome.
And they're really good, and you can freeze them if you want to do meal preppy stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, we've there's a really good oh, you can't do cheese. Like
That's the unfortunate part.
yeah. I was gonna say there's a brand called Wholesome Yum. They have other dairy free stuff, but they have a broccoli cheese soup that we make that is like 4 grams of carbs for a serving.
Oh,
So it's really low and it's very filling. Um, and then we do a lot of like zucchini pasta, with like a spiralizer,
that
which is
I
pretty
could go for some noodles right now.
yeah. Uh, yeah, but it's
Like,
been good. It's been good. All right. I just as soon as I stopped building the kit, I realized I just went like this. I went,
I haven't painted in the last half an hour.
yeah, I'm like wiped out. All right, I think I'm gonna go, Jay.
Alrighty, have a good one.
Thank you for inviting me. It was
You're
so fun,
welcome.
and that painting's really nice.
Thank you. Can I get a better? Are you gonna let me turn? I don't want to show off the junk in the background of my room
I
because I have
can
not
see you
cleaned.
there. Yeah, yeah, it looks really nice.
Yeah,
Like
fun one.
feathers.
I'm surprised they kind of turned out that way.
Yeah, it looks like feathers or like seed pods or something like in the wind.
Yeah.
You know, it's nice. All right, have a great night. I will
All
probably
right.
talk to you on Discord or on Insta tomorrow.
Alrighty.
All right, have a great night.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. And so we're gonna wrap it up how we usually do. Uh, stay safe, have fun, don't get attacked by a bear, don't encounter a bobcat. Befriend your local possums. Don't steal native land. I'm Jay, and welcome to another. Thank you for coming to another edition of Jay's Painting Adventures. I'll see you next Sunday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard.